Hi, Live Love family. Happy Friday. Emily here with your weekly update. I'm actually going to be giving you 2 weeks worth of updates because last week, due to some illness, we weren't able to get the video going. But Samantha's feeling better this week, which is great. Okay, so intakes. We don't have any new intakes this week. Foster to adopt. Juda started her foster to adopt last week. Chloe started hers this week. Liam, Melon, and Rocky have all been adopted. I'd like to touch on Liam's journey a little bit, and thank you all again so much for donating to his training. It made all the difference in the world. It was definitely a long process to find the right person for him, but we're so happy that Liam and Carlos are together, and very grateful to all of you for contributing to his training so that we could keep that going for him. Melon was another long stay dog on foster to adopt. He has emphysema. Thankfully, it's congenital. Thankfully, it's not caused him any complications, and he's able to be happy and healthy, and we're in close contact with his mom in case they ever need anything for that. But we're so glad that he's been adopted, and, you know, we were thinking he might have to be a forever foster at one point, but his family adore him, and he's adopted, and it's all good news. Next is Rocky. Rocky has been in our rescue for nearly a year, and his adopter really took the time to get to know him, to introduce him slowly to his other dog. And we're just so thankful for people like that who are willing to put the time into it and invest in the dog and making sure that the pack is, you know, integrating well and happy and healthy. I'd also like to thank Lisa over at Live Love Dog Training. She did a lot of work with this family to make sure that they were ready to welcome Rocky home. And of course, his foster parents too, who took care of him for many, many months. So that's all good news for Rocky. All right, medical. Let me settle in here. There's a lot going on. So Melon, who's now been adopted, he was neutered a couple weeks ago and had a recheck. Again, all is clear. That's why his adoption finalized. Alumni Dexter, who's now named Kikker, he had surgery to remove some tissue on his shoulder, which was just never really healing. He had that wound when we rescued him as a puppy. We thought he'd really grow out of it, but he kept reopening it. And we were monitoring that area with his family and the vet team and decided we'd need to just go ahead and remove that skin, treat it like a mass removal. And we did send out a biopsy, which thankfully came back negative for anything dangerous. It was just some whacked out hair follicles that just were irritated from when he was young and never fully healed. So now he'll be able to heal fully. Your donations to our Families Forever program is what makes this possible. Thank you all so much. Chloe had her senior wellness exam. X-rays and blood work looked perfect. She's got a little bit of arthritis, which is normal for her golden girl's age. And so she's doing good. We put her on some carprofen, and that's helped with her arthritis. Becky had a recheck on her skin, and we went ahead and ran more blood work just to recheck her levels. She is cleared for surgery at this time. She's going to need 3 surgeries. She needs to have, well, let me back up. Her white blood cells are a little bit elevated, so we are going to keep monitoring that, but we do feel like she's strong enough for surgery. And it could be, you know, sometimes when you go in and spay, she could have some barely starting pyometra or something like that. So we want to get that done right away. That could be a result of the white blood cells. So we're going to start with her spay surgery, and she needs to have her eye removed. The eye that's cloudy with the cataract, there's an anterior chamber being affected by that cataract luxating into it. So it's very painful. And we want to make sure that she doesn't progress into glaucoma in that eye. So we are going to remove that eye and spay her at the same time. And then subsequently she will need a dental in about probably 2 months. Just depends on how she's recovering and feeling. So Becky's going to take a while before she's ready for adoption. We have a lot of medical stuff to do with her. I'm going to set up a fundraiser for her. So we'd love for you to chip in $5 for $5 Friday to her or to any of our other campaigns that call your attention and pull your heart toward them. All right, HoneyBear was neutered. He's recovering really well, and that boy is going to be adopted very quickly. He's got a lot of adoption interest. KnightKeyes had his eyes and ears checked. I've been talking to his mom, Ramona, all week about how he's doing. You know, I do check in regularly with her anyway, because often he goes back and forth between feeling well and not feeling well due to his condition. But this week, his eyes were just so inflamed, and we couldn't figure out anything that he could have gotten into, and his ears and just everything inflamed. So Benadryl wasn't cutting it, and we wanted to get him seen by the vet right away. So we did that. He's been treated for his eyes and his ears. We ran blood work again just to check on that, make sure he's doing okay. His mom is very, very grateful that she doesn't have to worry about the expenses of his care. And I want to give a big shout out to the Karen T. Hilburn Fund for helping to sponsor KnightKeyes care along with your donations when you match donations for that fund. And last but not least, Linus was neutered, vaccinated, microchipped, and he is on the mend. He's feeling great. So yeah, that's it for our past 2 weeks of updates. I hope you guys have been doing really well. We are, kind of settling into the new year, and we're going to be looking for your feedback about what you'd like to see with Live Love this year. We have a lot to consider in terms of which dogs that we're rescuing, and I'd love to hear feedback if you'd like to comment below. I'll put up a separate post too, just to kind of gauge, or maybe some polls in our stories, what our supporters really are feeling passionate about this year in terms of the types of dogs that we rescue. Now, that being said, it all depends on fosters, right, and funds. So I also would like to put a call out for foster families. If you're settling into the new year like us and you would like to get involved, we would really love to talk to you and sign you up as a foster family. Check out our website, fill out that foster application, and we'll be in touch in no time. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. We're expecting a foot of snow here, so I'm looking forward to being snowed in, and sending you all of my love. Take care, guys.